Welcome, friends. I bid you all love, peace, and healing. And I will be sharing my perspective on why we should and how to go about maneuvering with the energies of this mystical cold moon, full cold moon that will be occurring 12/12, approximately 36 hours from now. As within, so without. The sun traversing through the 4 quarters of the zodiac is a reflection of the evolutionary journey of the human soul through the 4 natures or elements, or vestures, or coats. The spiritual, which is the fire element, physical or flesh, earth element, mental, air element, and the astral or emotional, which is the water element. 4 seasons are the 4-fold nature of man, as I said, your garments. The sun is representative of fire, which makes it mystical energy. The light within, soul, S-O-L, within as well, S-O-U-L. The moon is of water element, female because it's magnetic energy, and that is representative of the body or the flesh. In my opinion, these are my opinions. The moon shines because its surface reflects light from the sun, not because it itself is the light. It's reflecting the light. And despite the fact that it sometimes seems to shine extremely brightly, the moon actually only reflects between 3 and 12%. To me, the moon represents a physical reflection of the spiritual light that illuminates our true self, or the soul. John 3 seems appropriate. I say to you, unless one is born of water and of spirit, he cannot enter the kingdom of God. What is born of flesh is flesh, and what is born of spirit is spirit. Genesis, let there be lights in the vault of the sky to separate the day from the night, and let them serve as signs and mark sacred times and days and years. Every 3 days, as she moves into a new constellation, the moon gives us an incredible opportunity to die to specific fleshly aspects and be reborn of the life-giving spiritual aspects. Blessed are they that are found washing their robes. We need to be aware of the times and use the energy of the moon that's physically occurring and employ the laws of attraction and correspondence in our spiritual intentions. Such as this example. These people are taking advantage of the energy that naturally occurs through the winds, and they're powering their sails and tensions at the perfect time or season to accomplish their goal of going from point A to point B. Perfect timing. Now, if you look off to the right, you will see a boat that is ahead of them. It's ahead of them. But they're going to cruise past. Why is that? Same time of day, sail, same wind is blowing. Why? It's all in the timing. Don't know too much about sailing, but did do a lot of double dutch, and it's all in timing. Perfect divine timing, and you can do some incredible things. Timing and movement energy, knowing when to employ that perfect timing to catch the best energy. He said to the crowd, when you see a cloud rising in the west, immediately you say, it's gonna rain, and it rains. And when the south wind blows, you say, it's gonna be hot, and it's hot. Oh, you hypocrites. You know how to tell the weather, but you do not know how. 0:12 is more appropriate. Eastern Standard Time, there will be a full cold moon, the 12th and final moon in the year, and it will be in Gemini. And that's what I want to talk about a little bit. A full moon energy is best and always suited for release and decrease. Releasing and decreasing all physical and spiritual aspects that have not been healthy, helpful in our growth. Mental, spiritual, or physical growth. Gemini is ruled by the planet Mercury's energy. And Mercury is all about information, communication, and transportation. What we think, what we speak, and what we seek. Mercury is symbolic of the mind and all things mindful. So that is what we need to be aware of. All things dealing with the mind. The mind, just like Gemini, is male-female. Male-female duality. As within, so without. As above, so below. Hermes, Mercurius, Trismegistus. Hermes, to set a boundary. Mercurius means a sea of curiosity. And Trismegistus means intelligencer, master teacher, leader in intelligence. 3 times intelligencer, or intelligent in 3 main areas. Hermes mastered the boundaries of the mind, the body, and the soul, which are represented here. The body, he has the earth in his hand. We have the sun and the moon, because the mind is dual also. And we have the soul, which is burning around the sun and the moon, which is the mind. The soul surrounds the mind. Mercury, the mind, is the closest planet to the sun, the soul, and this is my opinions or my correlations. As such, it circles the sun extremely fast, faster than all the other planets. As within, so without. Book 4 of the Divine Pymander, supposedly written by Hermes Mercurius Trismegistus, called The Key, says, when therefore the mind, I say Mercury, I put that in there, is separated and departeth from the earthly body, presently it puts on its fiery coat, the soul, which it could not do having to dwell in an earthly body. But the mind, Mercury, being the most sharp and swift of all the divine cognations, and more swift than all of the elements, the planets, hath the fire, the sun, for its body. And again, I come into that correlation because of law of correspondence. As above, so below, as within, so without. Every zodiacal sign offers polarity. Actually, everything offers polarity. Gemini, positive aspects and vibrations, very, very flexible. Being mutable signs, they're adaptable, flexible by nature, and is always prepared to change. Always prepared, always, yeah, okay, sure, I'll change. But they lack direction. It's an air sign. Gemini individuals are inconsistent, One day they're happy, the next it's complicated, moods can change, happy, sad, talkative, not, and they're always willing to try. Very, very curious, Mercurius, Trismegistus. Mercury energy equals curious energy, inquisitive energy, which is good, can be good, which is an eagerness to look into and seek or learn about, but mainly test and sample new. That's key. New, exciting, on the outside, like, oh, what's that? Ideas, beliefs, lifestyles, even foods, hobbies, etc. But it's all about, oh, that's new. Let me look into it. Many times Gemini, because of its own love of the superficial, tempting outward appearance, hides what is inside, acting like someone or they're not on the outside, so that no one can really get close enough to see who they really are or who they really think they are. Feeling that they lack inwardly, they must compensate outwardly, thus wearing masks. And smoke and mirrors. Enter the Norse god Loki. He's a trickster. He's along with Gemini. Not your ordinary liar. He uses lies either carefully crafted or lies by omission to get what's needed from anyone. Very manipulative with his illusions. Very much sometimes aware of it and uses it to their advantage, but sometimes not. But yes. So recap what to watch for on 12/12, starting at 12/12. Full moon, decrease, not increase. That's the most important thing. Decrease, not increase. Gemini moon will be full of emotional energy because it's a full moon. So beware of emotional buying and trying urges in the physical realm, because that's what Gemini is all about. Try a little, just a little. Yep, oh, that's good. And they tend to hold on to things too, because hey, they might need it later. Variety, spice of life. Those who sow in the winter reap in summer. The winter is in the world, the summer the other aeon. Let us sow in the world, that we may reap in the summer. Because of this, it is fitting for us not to pray in the winter. Summer follows winter, but if any man reap in the winter, he will not actually reap, but pluck out, since it will not provide a harvest. The Gospel of Philip. Know when to reap and know when to sow. It is a time of increase. The time of increase shouldn't occur until after our man-made celebrations have officially ceased. On December 26, 2019, which is again another energy portal, that's a new moon. That's when you gather in. It's in Capricorn, the earth sign, and it's during the third and final solar eclipse of the year. So again, maybe I'll talk about that in another couple of weeks. That's for increase. This one's decrease. And the struggle, wow, it's real. As Gemini's temptation of indulgence abounds, presents, decorations, frivolousness, candies, sweets, alcohol, liquor, food, sweets, meats, and liquor. Oh, bad. Homage, Dave Matthews. To me, Christmas, epitome of superficial waste. And that's why this is going to be so tempting, because it's Gemini right smack and it doesn't end for 2 weeks. This happens the whole time. Thought, cut down a tree to put it in your house, to keep it alive with sugar water, so that you can put a bunch of gifts underneath of the tree, which are ironically inside paper boxes wrapped with even more paper, ultimately to do what? Throw the tree away 1 to 2 weeks later, along with the paper box, the gifts are wrapped inside, and all the paper wrappings, and the paper boxes, and don't forget the must-have paper tags that say, hey, 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 Billy, this was Santa. That was a lie, and all a waste, and totally horrible to trees. I apologize, trees. I used to do it too until I stepped back, and so it's not good. It is decrease, but decrease means to give out. So be mindful of gift giving. Give fruitful, not superficial gifts. Buy someone's groceries. Pay for someone's rent, their car payment, insurance, utility bill. Offer free child care, dinners, food, cook for them. Offer physical help. Clean their house if you know that they need something painted or cleaned, shoveling snow, raking leaves, yard work, etc. It is giving. Do give out. Do release. But don't get caught up in all of this. Extreme waste. Now, Gemini is communication, and because it's full moon, emotional thoughts and words are extremely highly probable. Highly probable. Communications will be emotional, and Gemini, like I said, likes variety, spice of life, options. So be prepared for sarcastic, quick-wittedness, unknowingly or sometimes knowingly, cruel or straightforwardness, and unnecessary flowery statements, puffing up people. Gemini will be tempted to talk a lot because it's all about communication. Very much will be tempted to emotionally do this. And I have to put this up. The struggle is a bit more difficult for some of us. I happen to be a Gemini Cancer cusp. So anybody who has Gemini that's in their charts in any capacity, rising, sun, moon, look, it's going to be very much a struggle. See this doll? This is what my teachers used to call me. This doll's from the 60s. And, in the 70s, my teachers were calling me Chatty Cathy because my name is Kathy, and yes, I always got in trouble. Homage DMC. Yeah, maybe this time of year's sharing is not so much caring. The older that I get, I'm realizing that less is best. If you have Gemini in your charts, many times, please, sharing is much less is best. Most importantly, use this mental lunar energy to your advantage. Reflect and identify and release all thoughts, ideas, and perspectives that are not useful in moving forward spiritually, physically, mentally, or emotionally. You gotta identify, sweep it out. Once you find it, get it, sweep it out. There, and then you're only left with what you need. Reflect and identify and release. Now, numerology strengthens the energy even further, lending to a higher and faster vibration, in my opinion. And on 12/12, the 12th and final full moon of the year is vibrating with powerful 3 and 9 energies. The moment of pleroma, or fullness, occurs, as I said, at 0012 seconds past AM Eastern Standard Time. And numerology, December the 12th, 2019, 12, 1 plus 2 is 3, 12, 1 plus 2 is 3, 2019, 2 plus 1 is 3, because 9 plus anything in numerology is itself. 9 is a very special number. Giving us a great 333 portal, or a 9 portal, which is all about spirituality. Now, as I showed you before, with the sailors, perfect conditions, timing. The moon's influence on tidal currents, wind speeds, directions, and the proper positioning of sails. I'm saying that's us, your good intent. If we know the season, we most assuredly will be able to benefit greatly and surpass those around us who are using the same conditions that we are. All in timing, folks. The above is the same as the below. The below is the same as the above, as within, as without, so within. Another little bit of wisdom from our friend Mercurius Trismegistus. This comes out of the Emerald Tablets. Formless am I. To the light soul, formlessly light shining through the light. Know I the bonds of the darkness must shatter and fall before the light. Now give I wisdom free may ye be, O man, living in light and in brightness. Turn not thy face from the light, thy soul dwells in realms of brightness. Ye are the child of light. Find thou the light soul within. Know that thou art the master. All else is brought from within. Grow the realms of brightness. Hold thy through the light. Know that thou art one with the cosmos, a flame, a child of the light. Tablet 4 of the Emerald Tablets, Trismegistus, Mr. Mercury himself. And that's it, fellow children of the light. Love yourselves and love each other unconditionally. I offer you love, strength, and healing during this time of release.